going to move through the holidays. We're going to build off of core work that we started earlier in the series. So per usual, if you need to go back, then go on back to week 1 and just the previous workouts where we go through core work. Let's start on your back. Use a pillow or something to support your neck, and let's build stability for your hypermobility. All right, tuck your shoulder blades under, palms on your lower belly. You're going to take a deep breath in. Let's start with seeing where we need to reduce tension. Are you gripping your hands, your feet, your rib cage, your jaw? Shoulder blades are under. We're going to walk your feet away with your chicken slippers. Breathe in. As you blow out, push one leg into the floor, heel, midfoot, and toes, while the other one comes up. Breathe in, relax, blow out, push. So you're sort of pushing the opposite leg up. I actually felt a little release in my mid-back, which was nice. Breathe in, blow out, breathe in. All right, we got 3 more. The other thing I'm not doing though is like the back of my pelvis is staying level. I'm also not rounding my spine. That's a little bit different, although that did feel very much in my core. Really just a little push. Always amazes me how much something simple like this cracks my upper mid-back. All right, walk your toes away from your body a little bit or continue as you are. Shoulder blades under the body, breathe in. And we're going a little bit more range of motion. Neck is just like, we're not flattening our neck, but we're not looking up either. Just kind of look at the ceiling. Don't forget to totally release at the bottom, like just relax, breathe. We're adding tension, we're taking tension away. Adding tension, taking tension away. I'm just walking my feet farther and farther away from my body. When you get to the point where you're like, oh, that's not my core, that's my back, then you walked too far. Or if you just feel your hip flexor popping, that's too far. I'm actually feeling some pretty heavy work in my lower abs. My microphone went out, so bear with me as I voice over the rest of the video. We are continuing to breathe in, blow out as you bring the opposite leg up and walking it away from your body and then a little bit closer to your body. You should feel it in your trunk. In that lower core. If you feel it in your hip flexors or your low back, you're probably walking your feet too far away from your body. Take a little break. You do want to make sure the upper, actually, we'll go back to that one. We're going to do some chin tucks. You're going to tuck your shoulder blade under. You're going to gently tuck your chin down. You want a little double chin, like 20% effort. And then you're going to relax. Make sure your jaw is relaxed and make sure your tongue is at the roof of your mouth. You should feel it in the front of your neck. The back of your neck may feel a tugging sensation, and that's generally okay. And that's often where a lot of clients feel it, especially if you deal with tension headaches. Gentle tug. Don't forget to keep the shoulder blades set. And then you're going to do like a crunch with your neck. Where people go wrong is by losing the double chin motion. We need to make sure that you keep all the chins in the front before you add this exercise. So some of you may need to go back to just a regular chin tuck, and that is also fine. So for those that want to do it, keep the chins, come up into a mini crunch, not a big crunch. It should be very, very small, like there's a piece of paper under your head. What you don't want is right here where your chin comes straight up towards the ceiling and you feel it in the back of your neck. This movement should not increase headaches. You might feel a little pull in the back of your neck, but it shouldn't feel like those muscles are really working. If it is, then you're probably going too high or you've lost the tuck of the chin. And of course, hypermobility goes both ways. We also don't want to over tuck your neck either. So we're going to go through these. Tuck, lift, relax, tuck, lift. Not this high. Keep it little baby lifts. Jaw relaxed. Breathing in. As you blow out, we're lifting, and you can often feel it all the way down the core. We're going to do a few more. Tuck, lift, down, relax. Tuck, lift, down, relax. Tuck, lift, down, relax. It's okay if you only get 1 or 2 reps. Listen to your body. We're going to go back to the core exercise and then back to the chin tucks again. So we are pushing through the opposite leg. We're breathing in. As you blow out, push through the opposite leg. Bring one leg up to like 90 degrees, not past. And then you're going to walk it away from your body only until like once your hip flexors take over or your low back, then you've walked too far. I'm going to walk pretty far down for this one till my legs are straight, but that's a pretty advanced version and I don't expect you to have it that far on day 1. So again, you don't get more points for doing more. You get more points for listening to your body. We're going to walk it down. I still feel it in my core here, which is why I'm allowing my legs to go farther down, having to be really intentional with my breathing. If some of you get like an inch away from your body, great. That's also totally fine. It's a matter of listening to your body and stopping when your body tells you to stop, and then a lot of repetition with that. We're walking our legs back up, continuing to breathe, blow out, breathe, blow out, and take a little break. The other thing to be aware of with this one is that you are keeping your upper body stable and moving off of a stable surface. There's a point where you can kind of let go and collapse where your weight shifts back and forth. And that's what we want to prevent. It might be helpful to look into a mirror or have somebody watch you to see if you're doing that. It's a very common thing that happens when we're first learning these exercises, and especially if you have tight hip flexors. So, stable trunk, only move your legs down as low as keeping the stable trunk, not allowing it to move. We're going to flip over to your side. You have a lot of different options for this one. First option is breathe in, blow out as you lift your leg. We learned this one earlier, I believe in day 3. You can use the wall as a guide. You should feel it right in the side of your hip. For those that want a little bit more challenge, you can come up into a side plank. You want to make sure your form is not too far forward. It should be directly underneath your shoulder. You're going to push that bottom knee into the floor to engage that bottom hip. Bottom knee can be forward about 45 degrees. Push that knee into the ground. The next step up, for those who want a little more advanced, would be rolling your hips forward and lifting that top leg up and down. Per usual, always make sure you're breathing. Breathe in, blow out as you lift your leg. From your shoulder to your hips really should not move at all. Where people go wrong is they start side bending at their side. It is called the side plank, but what we're working is the bottom hip, and that can tell you if you're doing it correctly. Little break, and we're going to do it again. So you have your 4 options. You can do just the leg lifts. You can do an isometric where you're just holding a side plank. You can do, actually one level before that, you can do kind of up into a side plank and back down, or you can do side plank with a leg raise. You don't get more points for doing more. For doing a different level, listen to your body and protect your shoulders as well. Hips should be really rolled forward. And no matter what you're doing, we are breathing, not hold your breath. right, hips forward, breathe in. Pick your level, 1, 2, 3, or 4. So this one I'm just doing an isometric. So I'm just holding, focusing on that bottom hip and breathing. You could have that top leg straight or bent, how I have it here. Either way is totally fine. And take a break, and then we will go to the other side. We're gonna go to the other side. Same thing, forearm under your shoulder, and you can pick which level you're at, whether you want to do just the leg raise, coming up and down, a hold, or hold with a leg lift. We want to make sure your bottom hip always stays pressed into the ground. And by bottom hip, I mean bottom knee to engage your bottom hip. Versus your side, we should not actually be side bending in this movement. And you'll know depending on where you feel it. Alrighty. If you're doing reps, 5 to 8 reps, otherwise holding for, 10 to 30 seconds. Next, we are going to go onto your hands and knees and then push back into child's pose, like a modified child's pose. So I'm going to come down onto my forearms. We did this one earlier in the series. You're just going to rotate mid-back, elbow up towards the ceiling. Elbow is just following the mid-back. The elbow is not leading the movement. Weight back into your hips and make sure your weight is not shifting side to side. You're gonna push or come up, tiny bit of rotation. I know you can rotate farther, but keep it small range of motion, but controlled and not compensating. So if you're not sure, you're probably going too far. So go at least 25% less. When you get to that point where you're up, take a deep breath in and out, and you're gonna do 5 on each side. Your knees can stay apart. If your knees are more comfortable together, that's okay. Just watch out for subluxed or dislocated kneecaps. Alrighty. You can come into full child's pose or stay with your elbows bent. I'm going to stay with my elbows below my body or on my forearms. You're going to breathe back into your rib cage and kind of breathing up towards the ceiling. You're going to do about 5 breaths here. You can breathe high or low. For me, I'm really trying to expand kind of that upper mid rib cage. Breathe in a way that is comfortable for you, but also it's good to kind of breathe through the tight areas when you can tolerate it. My problem area is my right side, so in order to open up my right side, I'm going to side bend to the left just a couple of inches and then continue breathing back, but also into my right side to expand the right side of my rib cage. You could do 3 to 5 breaths on each side or just focus on whatever your problem area is. So I'm only going to do left side bending, which opens up my right side. It should be really gentle, just breathing and trying to relax and settle into the movement. We are almost done. You're going to go up onto hands and knees. Set your shoulders first. Shoulders up, back down. Push your body away from the floor. Wrists can be neutral, or you can come onto your palms if you can tolerate that. If you have hyperextended elbows, your elbow crease should be facing each other. If you do not, it's okay to bring your elbow crease forward. You're going to come up diagonally into like a Y, half of a Y, thumb up towards the ceiling, focusing on the mid-back. And don't forget, as you blow out is when we're lifting, so reset your shoulders after every rep if you need to. Breathe in, blow out as your arm comes up. The goal is about 5 on each side. And we've got a bonus movement for those that want a little extra core. Always set your shoulders first, shoulders up, back, down, forward. Tuck your toes under and then lift your knees like 1 inch. Your knees are probably lifted too high. Bring your knees way down like 1 inch. It should be pretty heavy in the shoulder blades and the core, but it should not increase any pain. I think this movement's really hard, but really effective in targeting the deep core. Sorry about the technical difficulties, but thank you for joining, and we will see you tomorrow.